Welcome everyone to your channel name. I'm your host, Grace Wanjiru, and this is the place where we dive deep into the vibrant tapestry of culture, history, and global communities that make our world so fascinating. We're embarking on an exciting countdown, the top 20 Muslim-majority countries in Africa. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and stick around till the end. You might be surprised by some of the nations on this list and their unique Islamic heritage. Kicking off our countdown at number 20, we have Uganda, often called the Pearl of Africa. Beneath its Christian majority, Uganda is home to a notable Muslim minority, especially among the Baganda people and in various coastal and trading communities. Their history with Islam dates back to the 19th century, introduced by Arab traders from the East African coast. The influence of Islam in Uganda can be seen in the architecture of its mosques, and the contributions of Ugandan Muslims to the nation's development. At number 19 we land in Tanzania, particularly Zanzibar, a historical heavyweight in the story of Islam in East Africa. Zanzibar is overwhelmingly Muslim, with a culture that blends Arab, Persian, Indian, and Swahili-Islamic influences. For centuries, Zanzibar was a crucial hub in the Indian Ocean trade network, and with the traders came scholars, architects, and the teachings of Islam, shaping the island's identity profoundly. At number 18, we arrive in Ethiopia, a land of ancient wonders and a history that intertwines deeply with Islam from its earliest days. Ethiopia was the destination of the first Hijra, where early followers of Prophet Muhammad sought refuge from persecution in Mecca. Today, Ethiopia has a substantial Muslim population, particularly in regions like Afar and Somali, and in cities like Harar, which boasts ancient mosques and vibrant Islamic traditions. At number 17 we find ourselves in Côte d'Ivoire, where Islam spread through the patient footsteps of traders and scholars traversing the ancient trans-Saharan trade routes. Islam flourished in the northern savanna regions, particularly among the Mande and Fulani peoples. Sufi brotherhoods played a crucial role in spreading and embedding Islamic practices, often integrating local customs and traditions. At number 16 we have Nigeria, a kaleidoscope of cultures and religions. Nigeria is almost evenly split between Christians in the south and Muslims in the north. The northern regions are home to centuries-old Islamic traditions and emirates, like the Sokoto Caliphate. Cities like Kano have been centers of Islamic learning and commerce for centuries. Understanding Nigeria means understanding the profound influence of Islam in shaping its history and future. At number 15 we arrive in Burkina Faso, where Islam plays a significant role, particularly in the northern regions and among the Mossi, Fulani, and Dioula ethnic groups. Islam's journey into Burkina Faso was facilitated by trade and the movement of scholars and Sufi mystics. The presence of Islam is seen in the beautiful earthen mosques, daily prayers, and community festivals. At number 14 we find ourselves in Guinea-Bissau, where Islam became prominent through trade routes. Islamic customs often blend with indigenous spiritual practices, creating a unique local expression of Islam. Today, a significant portion of Guinea-Bissau's population identifies as Muslim, particularly among the Fula, Mandinka, and Soninka ethnic groups. At number 13 is Sierra Leone, where Islam has emerged as the dominant faith for a majority of its population. Islam's roots in Sierra Leone go back several centuries, introduced by Mande-speaking traders and Fulani pastoralists. You'll find a strong sense of interreligious harmony, with Muslims and Christians often living side by side and attending each other's festivals. At number 12 we journey to Senegal, the heart of West African Sufism. The vast majority of Senegalese Muslims belong to Sufi brotherhoods, with the Mourid and Tijaniya orders being the most prominent. The city of Touba is a massive pilgrimage site, attracting millions each year for the Grand Magal. Senegalese Islam emphasizes peace, hard work, discipline, and spiritual devotion. At number 11 we arrive in Mali, a land with a history of ancient empires and Islamic scholarship. Cities like Timbuktu and Jenne were once world-renowned intellectual and spiritual centers. The Great Mosque of Jenne stands as a testament to this rich Islamic heritage. The majority of Malians are Muslim, and the faith continues to shape cultural practices and social norms. At number 10 we have the Gambia, where Islam is a way of life for the vast majority of Gambians. Islam arrived through North African Berber traders and Sufi orders. Mosques are central to community life, serving as places of worship, education, and social gatherings. At number 9 we travel to Sudan, where Islamic history runs deep. Islamic kingdoms flourished in this region from the medieval period onwards. The cultural landscape of Sudan is rich with Islamic traditions, from the architecture of its mosques to the rhythms of Sufi dhikr ceremonies. At number 8 is Libya, where Islam arrived with the Arab conquests in the 7th century. Sufism found fertile ground in Libya, particularly in the desert regions. The shared Islamic heritage remains a fundamental aspect of Libyan identity. At number 7 we arrive in Egypt, a cradle of civilization with a monumental Islamic heritage. Cairo is home to some of the most iconic Islamic architecture in the world. Al-Azhar University is one of the oldest and most prestigious centers of Islamic learning globally. Egypt's contribution to Islamic civilization is immeasurable. At number 6 we land in Tunisia, a North African gem with a deep Islamic heritage. Kairouan is considered one of the oldest and most important Islamic cities in North Africa. Tunisia blends secular governance with deeply ingrained Islamic values. At number 5 is Algeria, where Islam has been a powerful force throughout its history. Cities like Tlemcen and Constantine became important centers of Islamic learning and culture. The Maliki school of Sunni Islam is predominant. Islam remains the state religion and a central pillar of national life. At number 4, we journey to Somalia, where Islam is a fundamental and unifying aspect of national identity. Almost the entire population adheres to Sunni Islam. Coastal cities like Mogadishu were important centers in the Indian Ocean trade network. Islam plays a central role in Somali society, from education and law to family life and daily interactions. At number 3 we have Mauritania, where Islam is the official state religion. The Almoravid movement originated in Mauritania and spread its influence across North Africa and into Spain. Islamic law significantly informs the country's legal system. Mauritania stands as a nation where faith is the foundation of life. At number 2 is Comoros, where Islam has shaped its unique culture for centuries. Islam arrived through Arab traders and Shirazi Persian migrants. The Comorian people have preserved a distinct Swahili-Islamic cultural blend. Life in Comoros revolves around the mosque and community. At number 1 we have Djibouti, where Islam has been present since the earliest days of the faith. The Afar and Isa Somali people have ancient Islamic traditions. Djibouti's position has made it a melting pot of cultures, with Islam providing a strong unifying thread. Mosques are prominent features, and Islamic principles guide many aspects of daily life. And there you have it, our journey through the top 20 Muslim-majority countries in Africa. Each country has its own unique story and distinct flavor of Islam. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to your channel name. Thanks for watching. Peace and blessings to you all.